Hey buddies, it's your Ninja Thunder Z96 and today, instead of comparing them and concluding which one is better, I do hope developers from both Loomian Legacy and Doodle World can learn from each other and of course, support each other's work because both games are relatively similar to Pokemon and some of Doodle World's audiences are from Loomian Legacy too. Before I start, for those who are new to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell for the latest updates, tips and giveaway events. That being said, as promised, I will be giving away this misprint reskinned Borbo to one lucky winner. To stand a chance to win it, you have to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell and head over to settings and in the menu, select privacy. Make sure you turn off this box in order for you to show that you are a public subscriber alright. Otherwise, it may be difficult for me to identify who has subscribed to me or not and that makes it unfair to those who have been subscribing to me. Lastly, write your Roblox username in the comments section and that's how you enter the giveaway by following these 3 golden rules. Now, back to the topic. I have seen many Loomian Legacy YouTubers posting their transition to Doodle World by giving us a comparison between these two games and that entice you to play Doodle World eventually. However, there are definitely some flaws that most of us, including me, have agreed to it and I strongly believe that they can learn from each other based on the community's feedback. For those who haven't played Loomian Legacy, it was first started out as Pokemon Brick Bronze back in 2018. Afterwards, it was taken down due to copyright and the developers created Loomian Legacy. However, if you take a look at the statistics of Loomian Legacy, it has been hitting an average player of 1.5k and the average play time is approximately 25 minutes. Hence, I will be giving 5 functions that Doodle World has included which Loomian Legacy may improve and attract more returning players over time. Firstly, daily login. Daily logins entice everyone to log in every day and play it for a few minutes before switching out to other games. This function appears in several games like Pet Simulator X as well and it's certainly rewarding to players who do not have any Robux to play. Next, chaining. Chaining makes it way easier for shiny hunters to hunt it without any boost or game passes. As such, frequent shiny hunters like me will definitely be attracted to this game for a long time as it is a free-to-play option and I do hope that Loomian Legacy can incorporate that instead of the pity system, which only requires boost tokens to access it. The third point I would like to highlight would be weekly updates or teasers. Constant updates, free codes and frequent leaks are some points that Loomian Legacy missed out even though many famous YouTubers have been pointing this out on Twitter. All these stated are a form of communication between the Loomian Legacy community and the developers as well. Even the smallest leak can create a lot of hype and chaos within the community and thus, updating the current status online would be helpful for YouTubers to amplify the hype and for the community to anticipate for the updates. Next would be help centers and this is something that is similar to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon where you have to complete a particular task in order to unlock or receive rewards from it. This idea is certainly brilliant and can be included in Loomian Legacy probably at the later part of the game and some rewards to be included can be boost tokens which certainly encourage players to grind for it. Lastly, unpredictable and savage story plots with funny sideline quests that Doodle World has it. I do recall a Pokemon game called Pokemon Ranger where they do have some funny story lines that engage with the players. For players who cared a lot on story plots do want constant engagement instead of speed running it because it is predictable and boring. Hence, Loomian Legacy can include more of this element into the game and hopefully, some of us can appreciate the storyline instead of speedrunning it. Moving on to Doodle World where everyone thinks that it's near perfect, think again and look at the statistics. It has an average player count of 3k where it is at the end of a particular event. The average playtime now is around 21 minutes. The number of likes is dropping throughout the whole week and this is kind of predictable because players couldn't help but to compare it with Loomian Legacy or Pokemon games in general. It doesn't keep up to our expectations and thus, more dislikes might be coming throughout the weeks. Everyone said that Doodle World is a less grindy game where we don't have to TP train a doodle to be defined as a PvP. If you have a 6-star doodle, that's considered a PvP already. I will be doing a full guide on Doodle World, covering PvP, hunting and trading in the next coming weeks so stay tuned for it. That brings us to 5 functions that Loomian Legacy has included and for Doodle World to improve on their own games alright. Firstly, a separate server for trading and battling respectively. The reason is simple. within the server where you wanted to concentrate on grinding, and suddenly, players kept sending you trade requests and battle requests. I doubt you would ever accept that because you are grinding for skins or misprints. The chat can be really messy where some of us has different purpose of logging into the games for PvP, trading and grinding respectively. Hence, I believe it's important to include a separate server for PvP and trade alright. Secondly, the jumping function defeats the purpose of NPC trainers in game. You can just jump over their head and speedrun it fast within a few hours. That only applies if you have a decent level Doodle. Thirdly, rallying or breeding function. Do you know in Doodle World, you can only obtain PvP only after completing the tasks. If the Doodle itself has 3 evolution but in game, you can only get it to 2 evolutions, you have to get it through roulette and from there, finish up the tasks of all 3 evolutions, and this is basically a long grind to get a PvP. And it's no difference from TP training a Loomian. If you have a TP training gummy which you can get it without Robux, it's pretty much easier than Doodle World. I am so sorry for comparing between the two, but I can't see why players said PvP is less grindy in Doodle World. Unless if Doodle World has a breeding function which has the ability to get 6 stars, then it might state otherwise. Next, event skins to be less grindy. Do you know that to encounter a Easter skin, it's 1 in 1000, and that is similar to a roaming encounter in Pokemon or Loomian Legacy? Even so, if that particular Doodle, for instance Pebblet, has other skins, you might have a chance of getting the scribbled skin instead of Easter skin, which is frustrating. Giving a limited amount of time to get all 10 Easter skins where 1 is mythical and 3 of them are rare root, it is definitely considered a very grindy game to get all skins within 10 to 11 days. Not to mention, some of us do have school and work during weekdays, and hence, players will soon give up on the 4th day of release in Doodle World. Anti-frustration gives a false hope to those who are going to grind for rare root Easter skins. Thus, to retain more players during events, Doodle World developers might have to find a way to make event skins less grindy such that more players find it feasible to continue and grind for it. Lastly, AFK hunting. AFK hunting using macro clicker is definitely a big no in Loomian Legacy. However, there are in-game settings that makes it way easier for players to hunt without pressing the keyboard 24/7. I believe you can't use macro clickers on Doodle World, and so, they should probably include a similar function like Loomian Legacy soon, because the encounter rate per second in Doodle World is much lower than any game and it's pretty painful to press on the keyboards to encounter a Doodle. Before I end this video, I would like to highlight that both developers are supportive to each other, and it's fine for anyone to try out several games, and that is also applicable to YouTubers. There are also a few recommendations made by the community to do a Loomian Legacy and Doodle World collaboration on their anniversary days by including Loomian Legacy doodles in Doodle World and 3D doodles in Loomian Legacy. That's all I would like to say, and remember to leave a thumbs up if you agree, and if you want the developers to see this video, just spread this video by sharing it to your friends and other players who want this to happen. Peace.